Hey guys, Eric here. We're gonna be doing something a little different here. Just doing a little informal, nice little look. I couldn't wait on this. Like, I'm not waiting to make a video on this when it comes out. We got to talk about it now. I've staked my whole channel on this man's terrible, terrible reputation, and Peter has gifted me with a new game trailer at Gamescom. you know, I don't know how much of the 22 can stuff I'm going to get into in the series. I might do a little bit, like a little post-mortem video after Lionhead, after we get to the point after Fable the Journey. But if you're up on your Peter lore, you know that it's not been good since he left Lionhead. It's been like the little cube game that the reward sucked, and I don't even think the guy got. Goddess, which remains unfinished in early access, and I think the mobile version is more advanced than the PC version ever got. Um, and then there was like that NFT game that I really barely paid attention to because you say the word NFT and Peter Molyneux, and my brain just turns to scrambled eggs. Uh, but here is an actual God game set in the world of Fable, which I'm like 99% sure he is not allowed to set something in the actual world of Fable. Like, he's allowed to call it Albion because that's just like an ancient name for England, but setting it in the specific Albion would I don't think Microsoft is going to just let him do that. There's a funny quote I read in an article. I'll add a little addendum at the end of this based on that I thought was particularly funny, and it's kind of just a classic Peter Molyneux moment. But I'm gonna watch this real quick, and then I'll give you some of my thoughts based on that. All right.
Wow.
He's back.
Jeff's really just letting him try to attempt this comeback. This game better be good because, I do like Jeff. Jeff loves video games. You can never deny him that. He's trying to legitimize the art form with these, kitschy, huge game conferences and game award shows. But they're not an Oscars. They're like an MTV Video Awards. But I do respect Jeff, but this is I don't I don't really trust. I'm not going to trust Peter right now, but let's keep going.
What an incredible honor it is to be here on the stage with Jeff.
Yes, Peter.
He's an amazing guy.
This is so fun. So a couple months ago, you and I had lunch in London. I was like, "What are you working on?" You're like, "Well, I've actually been working on a game for a number of years." You've kept very quiet about it.
Yep.
You really wanted to let the game speak for itself. But tell us about Masters of Albion.
Right. So after messing around on mobile, what the hell was I doing? I thought to myself, I need to come home. I need to come home to PC and console. So I've looked at Dungeon Keeper. I've taken some things that I've wanted to explore further with Dungeon Keeper. I've done the same with Black and White. I've taken things from Black and White. I've done the same with Fable. And this is what I'm showing tonight.
So he's okay. First of all, he looks like Dana Carvey in Masters of Disguise at this point. He's old. I don't want to make fun of him too much. Second of all, yeah, I'm taking everything from all of the good games that you liked, and I'm putting it into this game. Great sales pitch, Peter. Classic stuff.
Your credit, you've self-funded this project yourself. You put together a team of a lot of veterans from those games.
Yeah, I mean, I think my first realization is I needed to bring the old team back together again. So I'm working with people like Mark Healy and Russell Shaw and Ian Wright, the people that helped on and created Black and White, Dungeon Keeper, and Fable.
So this I do find promising, not in a way that I actually think the game's going to be good, but I think Peter needs to realize that the greatness from those games does not come from his insane ideas, but comes from the hard work of those who actually could implement those ideas or come up with, streamline it. Getting Russell Shaw is huge because he's a great composer. Every time I'm playing a Lionhead game, whether it's Black and White or Fable 2, his scores always stand out. So hey, even if this sucks, maybe we get some good tunes out of it. I don't know.
Anyway, let's have a look at Masters of Albion.
All right, here's the world premiere, Masters of Albion from Peter Molyneux.
I'm never gonna beat the saying Peter's name wrong allegations.
This is Masters of Albion. We're a team of 20 people dedicated to making something new, unique, and different. Here we are in the familiar, vast world of Albion, packed with stories, quests, treasures, and monsters.
Let me up the quality here. It does have a... Oh, okay, I guess it's just going to be at 1080p. Great. It has a little Xbox 360 game quality to the graphics, but it is a small team, a self-funded game, so I'm not going to judge that too harshly, but...
This is Oak Ridge. By day, you're tasked with building the town up, gaining resources, and earning money. By night, your town will be attacked by many of Albion's creatures. You can design anything: the food that people eat, the clothes they wear, the weapons they use, the armor they fight with.
All right, so you see the little hand, a little nostalgia bait with the black and white hand here. I mean, I'm a fan of the hand cursor anyways. So this designing the food, it seems like we're already in the process of getting ahead of ourselves here. You know, getting bogged down in the details. Do we really need to design the food of our villagers for an excellent game? I guess the emphasis will be on micromanaging in this way to add depth, because it kind of has a small mobile game feel to it.
There is a strategy behind every creation. I can even feed them rats. My town's working hard to make that food. I can help out, or not.
Ragdoll physics are back, baby. Woo! I kind of do. This has a little mobile game feel. Clearly, it's not a mobile game. I mean, this UI right here, this would not be in a mobile game under any circumstance. There's too much going on. But you know, it looks fine so far.
I can also design, customize, and create all buildings.
Okay, maybe this does have kind of that would be in a mobile game, but this is cool. I do like the little modular design of being able to customize the buildings and houses in a way that you would like, the different skins. I think that's neat. I think that could be fun.
Night is coming, the sun is going down, and now my town needs defending against the horrors of Albion. And this is my hero's time to shine. You don't have to play in God mode. At any point you can possess a character and play in third person.
Remember like 2013 when there was just all these like Steam Greenlight survival games coming out? When I saw this, it immediately flashed back memories of that. The third person mode just looks like I can't think of a specific game, but you know, just like the cheap Unity asset flip survival games that people were just putting out on Greenlight like it was nobody's business. That's what this looks like.
My hero is now under my complete control, and now it's time to fight.
Combat looks awful. that straight up looks terrible.
My hero's getting overwhelmed. Let's switch back to God mode and unleash some real power.
So I know that's early. It's early. Too early to be really judging it, but the combat, the god powers, they don't look like they actually have any impact. Like, they kill the enemies, but there's no like physics pushback. There's a distinct lack of of polish so far. And I don't know. I feel like if you're going so far to say I was working on this for 3 years and I wanted to let the game speak for itself, that I don't know, there'd be a little more polish to it. It would look a little. There'd be a little more visual feedback to like the awesome god powers, because that was something that even Black and White 1 had. When you launched a fireball, it bounced around. It caused the physics of the people would run around screaming. There would be a visual feedback to your awesome powers.
Okay, we survived the night. Now, let's design a better weapon for my hero. You can be as silly as you want, but bread swords just won't cut it.
Good joke there, Peter. I think this is kind of cool. Being able to design weapons for your villagers, your heroes to fight in, would be pretty cool. I am noticing something here. I don't think he is infringing on the Microsoft Albion here. I think he is saying that it is the same one for hype. And we know our boy loves a little hype train. But it's very clear, like, these enemies are not, there's no, like, Hobbs. These don't look like Fable characters. It is treading a line. It is just using the name of Albion. It is not actually infringing. I think that's kind of interesting. I do like the designing weapon, so that is cool.
This is just a glimpse of Masters of Albion, an open-world god game full of combat, choices, mystery, and story. It's available to wishlist on Steam now.
Management offers a reminder.
So, okay, I guess Squid Game, exclamation point. So as a whole, it's kind of interesting. I don't trust Peter for a second. I mean, there's enough red flags here. It looks there's an amateurish quality to everything. It doesn't look particularly. The combat doesn't look good. We'll see more about like the village management. The building stuff look cool. It's really gonna be a wait and see. But getting a new game from Peter in the Lord's Year 2024 is I mean, it's something to behold. An attempted comeback. We all know it's gonna blow up in our faces, or in his face. What I want to see now is the audience response. I'm sure this comment section is super excited. Let's take a look. Yeah, sorry. Oh, there we go. How is the entire gaming industry not filed a restraining order against this man yet? The OG Todd Howard. I feel like that's almost a little disrespectful to Todd Howard. Todd Howard's lies are like that the game is going to be not buggy. Peter Molyneux's lies are like, can be pretty insane. Mobile ad coded, yeah, I definitely feel that. Words won't work on me this time. Tapping to cube. This is kind of the take. This whole thing will be interesting regardless of how the game is. I don't think the game is going to be good. I would love to be proven wrong. Even if it's like a 6 out of 10, yeah, I'll drink that garbage. But this is a god game, but it's like a diet Black and White mixed with like like survival game elements. And it seems like it's a classic example of Peter biting off more than he can really chew here. But yeah, the responses to this are about as he deserves. So this is the part of the IGN interview. I think they removed the last line in a recent revision, which I think is funny because this is the most telling one. So he is now insisting that it is not the same Albion as Fable, or at least that's what he is trying to imply now. He must have heard something from Microsoft's lawyers in the last 24 hours. But he says that like he's allowed to use the name because it's just, as I said, the historical term for Great Britain. Um, but he is treading a fine line. I mean, if it's the same tone, if it features, Microsoft could make a case that he is specifically trying to make money off of the brand recognition from Fable. So I wonder how this turns out, but I think this is such a classic Peter moment. I don't know if I'm honest. I don't really know, Molyneux admits. I hope so. I mean, you would think that the responsible person I should be, I would have spent the last 6 months in lawyers' offices. He doesn't even know if it's legal. He's gone through the process of announcing the game like in October of last year, or announcing the setting of the game, to announcing the game now, and you're telling me he hasn't spoken to a single lawyer about, infringing on a Microsoft copyright? A copyright from a multi-billion-dollar gaming corporation that could smash him if they really wanted to. Classic Peter. But as a whole, I don't know. I'm gonna look at this with bated breath. I think it'll be interesting. I think it'll suck, probably. I mean, if Peter's track record over the last decade is anything, if it's anything, it's bad. It's terrible. It's one of the worst track records of all time over a decade span in gaming history. You can make fun of Todd Howard. You can make fun of all the villains of gaming history, and I would argue that they probably have they've had a better decade than Peter Molyneux. So I don't have much faith that it'll be good, but the world is a much more interesting place with Peter and his silly little exaggerations and his silly little lies that clearly, even after all these years, he has not learned from. But yeah, I'll keep doing updates on this, and maybe the next update will come around the time when I'm, finishing up the series or doing my little post-mortem. And I'll definitely review the game when it comes out. I can promise you that. I would love to take a look at it. Especially as someone who has put more hours into a game like Goddess than I would say most people have. And that was when it came out like 10 years ago, and it was terrible. And I still put like 15, 20 hours because I am a sucker. I will always be a sucker, and I will always be too optimistic for my own good. So I'm just not going to be optimistic. I'm just going to have fun, think it sucks, and see and see what's going on here. As for the music in that trailer, it's kind of gorgeous. Russell Shaw still might have the goods. But yeah, thanks for watching this little informal look. Next time you'll be hearing from me, I'd say it would be in a 3-ish weeks. I'm in the process of editing this Fable 2 video. It is a long one. It is an hour and 20 minutes, by far my longest video. And I'm super proud of what I've done so far, but I want to take my time with it. I don't want to rush a video out to meet some standard that no one really cares about. But I hope you've had fun. I hope you will enjoy that video when it comes out, because I put a lot of effort into this. I take a lot of time out of my life to do these videos, and it is a great joy. And the fact that anyone cares or is entertained by them really does mean the world to me. Even the mean comments that call me an idiot, I appreciate those. Sometimes it's nice to be called an idiot because it means that someone paid enough attention to what you had to say to even get mad at it. That is a special thing in its own right. So keep that coming. But I appreciate your time. I'll see you for that Fable 2 video, and then I'll see you after that for the Fable 3 video if you like that. And we'll just keep this train rolling. Like, subscribe, comment, I don't know. Do all that stuff if you feel like it, or don't. Who cares? I do a little bit, but you don't have to care. So have a great day, everyone.